Welcome to Jazz Time. Jazz Time is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Yacht-Master 40 in white gold with a black dial and diamond and sapphire bezel gem set by Rolex. Reference 126679SABR. Going to tell you a little bit about the history of the Yacht-Master and then how this watch came to be. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet, movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with a Yacht-Master. The Yacht-Master is one of the youngest sports watches that Rolex makes. Rolex makes many different sports watch collections, such as the Submariner, the Sea Dweller, the Deep Sea, and the Yacht-Master, such as you see here, the Daytona, many others. And the Yacht-Master is one of its newer ones. It's not the newest, but it's definitely one of the newest ones. It came out in approximately 2000, now being 2024, it's 25-ish years old, depending on the month. Now, when it came out, it looked much different than it does now. They used this watch, as the name implies, for yacht racing. Rolex wanted to make a watch that people could use when they were racing their boats. They came out with the Yacht-Master, and soon thereafter, they came out with their Yacht-Master 2, which was even more tuned for yacht racing. At any rate, the Yacht-Master has gone through many different variations, and as of like 10-ish years ago, they came out with the Yacht-Master in precious metals, and they put precious metals on this rubber strap. It was one of the first sports watches that Rolex had come out on a rubber strap, and rightfully so, because it's supposed to be a sporty, hence the name Yacht-Master watch. But at the same time, they add this element of prestige and beauty, and so they do so by adding precious metal. And so they use the Oysterflex Yacht-Masters are all on rubber. So it's kind of a contradiction in some ways. They make it a very sporty watch, they put it on Oysterflex, but at the same time, they make it very luxurious and put it with precious metals. And in some ways, yeah, that's kind of how yachts are. It's a very expensive item, but yet at the same time, it's this very beautiful item that can be used for many different purposes. And so they decided that the Yacht-Master would kind of have this hybrid style. Anyways, that's a little bit about the history of the Yacht-Master. Now let's talk about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Yacht-Masters and how this watch came to be. Well, the gem set watch by Rolex is not promoted by Rolex actually. They're what's called an off-catalog gem set Rolex. Off-catalog means they're not on the actual Rolex website. So if you go to Rolex.com and you try to configure or find this watch on their website, you won't be able to. It's not there, hence the name off-catalog. So you might be wondering, well, if it's not offered, then how do I get it? Well, the answer for most of us, if you can't get it from an authorized dealer, you can't order it on the website, then they won't order it for you. How do you get it? The simple answer is you can only buy it on a gray market like jazztime.com. That's why we make these videos, so you can simply click the link in the description below and buy it yourself. Now you might be wondering, well, how did this watch come into fruition in the first place? Well, Rolex makes some gem set models. They typically do it on their sports models, so they made their Yacht-Master, and they'd also do it on their Daytona, on their Submariner, or the GT, so on and so forth. And so they do these special gem set pieces. They make these based off of the Daytona or the Yacht-Master, and they put these special gems on it. In this situation, they're using diamonds and sapphires, and I'll get to it when we talk about the rest of the watch. But they put these very special gem sets on them, and they offer them to customers like VIP customers, super VIP customers. To be even considered for one of these pieces, your spend history at Rolex has to be massive. Not every Rolex dealership is going to have the opportunity to even get one of these sets in. So each boutique, each retail store is fighting amongst themselves to get these Rolexes. Rolex is not just handing them out of their store, they are handing them to the best stores, and they are choosing which ones to hand them to or sell them to. And that store then chooses which customer they are going to sell this gem set to. And it does not go to your average Joe. It goes to their very, very best customers. Probably the ones that will spend easily $1 million+ on Rolexes. Okay, so that's kind of the background of how you get this kind of watch. And so it would be of no surprise that a watch like this would be almost double the retail price. Why? Well, because it is nearly impossible to get. Rolexes in general are very hard to get, but having one in a gem set is nearly impossible. You really cannot just go out and buy it at any authorized dealer, unless, like I said, you have a $1 million+ spend history with them. And even then, if that boutique is not beloved by Rolex, they won't get one, which means you won't get one. So you have to have millions of dollars spent with them, and even that does not guarantee you'll have the chance to buy one of these sets. Okay? Alright? And now this particular gem set, where it comes in, as you see, sapphire bezel on diamond lugs. They also make other variations of this with PAV diamond dials. And so there you have it. Let's move on to talk about the watch itself. Now, actually, before I do that, Rolex also made another variation of the same watch, and they made it with a rainbow bezel. Again, they did a rainbow bezel with that pave dial, and also one with a black dial. They made some really good variations of it, especially the Yacht-Master, and we actually sold them before, so it is a beautiful and amazing watch. I've held it in person. Okay, now let's move on and talk about the case of this. Now, the case is a 40mm case, and it is made of white gold. It's actually the same case as the regular Yacht-Master 40, but the dome is in white gold. They don't do the Yacht-Master 40 in white gold like an Oysterflex. They only do it in rose gold, but there you have it. But on the gem set, they do have it in white gold on 40mm, and if you ask me, 40mm is really the perfect size for most people. I'm sorry, I think they actually do it in rose gold and 40mm. Sorry, not yellow gold. Did I say yellow gold? Anyways. But on the gem set, they do it in white gold, which is what you see here. It is 40mm, and that is my thumb to my index finger. And what is special about this is that they put diamonds on the lugs as well as on the crown guard. And all these are hand-placed, natural stones, decolor, internally flawless, the best stones that money can buy and that you could possibly get. Rolex has used them, placed them by hand to absolute perfection. The depth, the angle, everything here is done perfectly. They do not skip any corners on this. In fact, if you go there and you count the diamonds, they are in fact 46 brilliant cut diamonds. Brilliant means circular. So they did 46 circular diamonds cut to perfection and placed in here as the lug guard as well as the crown guard. That's a lot of diamonds, so quite nice if you ask me. Alright, now let's move on to the bezel, which is actually the most beautiful part of this watch, I would say. I think most of us can see that. You have these sapphires, these blue and purple sapphires, natural stones, along with the diamonds. Now, these are cut in a baguette style, and I read that the way that they place these stones, they are on a regular bezel, and it's a channel setting, which means it is carved out of the center. So they just take a regular bezel, and they pre-select the stones that are matching the right color, and then they cut the stones to match the bezel. First, they have to make sure the color is all correct because you have to have the same purple going all around and the same blue going all around. It is not that easy when they are all natural stones. They have to cut it. But when they cut it and place it in there, the placing, it is not just a matter of millimeters. I read on their site that it's up to 0.02 of a millimeter. So basically, no space. And to give you an idea about that, that's about half the width of a human hair. So there's quite literally no space at all. And so what they do is, after they cut these stones exactly, they'll choose which ones are matching, and then they'll begin to do the job of placing the stones on the bezel. And they do so by making sure that the table or the top of each stone is flush, and the bezel is placed to absolute perfection, so there is no space whatsoever, and that it is just done perfectly. And the result of all that work is right here. You have sapphires and diamonds going all the way around. And at the 12 o'clock, you have a triangular diamond, and also cut to perfection. And the bezel is really a sight to behold. Not only is it beautiful, it's an amazing color, it's unique, it's difficult to get. And in my opinion, it's just the best Yacht-Master that money can buy. It looks absolutely incredible. Now let's move on to the dial. Now, the dial is just a black dial on any other Yacht-Master really. It's an intense black that has large hour markers, so it's very easy to read. Not a whole lot to say about it. It has 3 hands and a date at the 3 o'clock. And as I said, they make variations of this with that pave diamond dial, which gets a little bit loud to be honest, but still looks quite beautiful. It depends on how loud you kind of want to be. This watch is already pretty loud, so I'm not sure pave diamond dial would make it even, well, it would definitely be even louder. Now let's move on to the bracelet. The bracelet is your Oysterflex bracelet, which is actually molded over with rubber. It has a steel piece inside of it to help it keep its form, and then it has these sort of air gills that go inside of the bracelet to allow it to channel the air out. And of course, it is just your standard Rolex beautiful buckle. Not a whole lot to say about that. And then let's talk about the movement. The movement, since it is a newer version, it has the 3235 movement. The older Yacht-Master gems said it had the rainbows on it. I believe it had the older reference, which was 3135. Not that it really matters. Both movements are very good. I think, of course, the newer one is better at any rate, but there you have it. So, oh joy, it's time for me to try this on. Now, I am 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, my wrist is 7.5 inches, and you can see the 40 millimeters does not look too big. In fact, I believe it looks just right. And I believe that this is the best looking Yacht-Master to date with this bezel. I really like it. And of course, not everybody can rock a sapphire diamond bezel Yacht-Master. It's not for the faint of heart. You really have to wear it and make it your own. But it really does look fantastic. And look, if you would like to buy it, if you would want to have this exclusive watch that literally nobody else would have, and also have a watch that maintains its value, you can buy this watch. And you can only do so by clicking the link in the description below and buying it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.